My dear brothers and sisters, welcome to your daily inspiration with me, Father Pam Dennis. Today is the 16th Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year A. As you all know, I don't intend to give you a constructive homily, but I just want to help us reflect and meditate together. I hope by now you have taken the opportunity to go for Mass or probably to go through the readings of today. But I just want to comment on the first of the three parables in today's gospel, the parable of the weeds and the wheat in Matthew chapter 13 from verse 24 to 30. And this is what the parable says. Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, then the weeds also appeared. The owner's servant came to him and said, "Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where then did the weeds come from?" "An enemy did this," he replied. The servants asked him, "Do you want us to go and pull them up?" "No," he answered, "because while you are pulling the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. At that time, I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in bundles to be burned. Then gather the wheat and bring it into the barn." My dear brothers and sisters, no one amongst us can boast of not being a sinner. And no one can claim that he or she hasn't accused or condemned someone before for their sins. This is the contradiction we find ourselves in. We are all wrongdoers, but we always accuse and condemn others for their wrongdoings. But the truth still remains that no one is 100% good and no one is 100% bad or evil. We are all a mixture of good and evil. Our hearts and lives are the battleground for good and evil. But the one we nourish and feed most is the one that always wins and carries the day in our lives. So, when you pray to God, asking Him to eliminate the bad ones around you, remember that you are one of the bad ones, or you might be one of the bad ones. When you ask God to eliminate your enemies, don't forget that you are someone else's enemy, and He might also be asking God to eliminate you. So ask yourself, whose prayers will God answer in such a situation? That is why Jesus' parable of the weeds and the wheat is pertinent today. Let them grow together. That is what He says. But the separation will surely be done when the time comes. That is the mystery of the cohabitation of good and evil in this world. But above all, God is always patient. God is always merciful. And His patience and mercy should not be taken as a sign of weakness, but He is just giving us all time for conversion, to come back to Him, to look at our lives and correct what is wrong. So let's be tolerant and less judgmental. And I want to ask you for a favor. As you pray or wish things for your enemies or for those we all consider as evil or the bad ones, ask God to do to you the same thing you ask or you wish for others. And that is when we will feel the truthfulness in our prayers and in our lives. What you wish for others, ask God to do it or to do the same to you. Will you be able to do that? I pray that the good side of us dominate the bad side for our own good and the good of our brothers and sisters around us. Thank you, and God bless you. Have a grace-filled Sunday.